What is up, guys? Rick Cactus here, and this is the complete guide for how to get the relatively new exotic machine gun, the Nova Mortis, added into Destiny with the Dawning live event. Now, I say relatively new because this is essentially a Void version of the Thunderlord exotic heavy machine gun that already exists in the game, but I'm sure you're still interested to know how to get your hands on the Nova Mortis. Well, let's get started. The first thing you're going to need to do to start on this quest is to open one of the large presents available for you in the tower. So right between the bounty NPC and the gunsmith, kind of in the entrance leading to where the Iron Banner used to be held, you've probably already found a bunch of presents sitting there for you to open. Now, there's a bunch in the front that will apparently respawn every day, but there are 3 in the back that are special. Of these 3 large presents in the back, Sirus Present will be the one to start you off on the exotic quest to get the Nova Mortis. But to open Sirus Present, you actually need to have Sirus tag, and you can get this tag by reaching rank 7 overall in your record book for the Dawning. And that is definitely going to be the hardest and most time-consuming part of this quest, reaching rank 7. So, how do you do it if you're interested in doing it quickly? You can, of course, take your time and do these activities over the course of the Dawning, but I'm sure a lot of you want it right away. Well, what I did, and what I would recommend that you do as well, is play Sparrow Racing League until you can just complete the timed laps on every single one of the 4 maps. That's really all I needed. You have to get under 5 minutes and 30 seconds for each of the maps, and that is definitely pretty easy to do. Like, I had a whole minute to spare when doing these entries in the record book. After that, just switch over to strikes. There's a bunch of different things that you can accomplish for the strikes, and the majority of them are pretty easy. An overall score 1, you get 1 for an accumulative score, you get 1 for getting the rainbow medals. Now, that can be a little bit difficult for some people, but they really aren't too challenging in the grand scheme of things. After doing around, 5 to 10 strikes, you should have completed everything you need in the strike category. And to be frank, it probably is a lot easier to get rainbow medals and, overall kill streaks for strikes than to get 1,000 barriers hit in Sparrow Racing League. If you are someone who absolutely loves SRL, then maybe stick with it, but most of you are going to want to get the majority of your progress done with strikes. Now, once you do actually reach rank 7 in your record book and get Sirus tag for doing so, you can open Sirus Present, and that's going to get you started with the exotic quest Songs from the Void by giving you the exotic mission item, the Tattered Schematic, along with, well, I got a bunch of strange coins as well. After you get the Tattered Schematic, simply head underneath where you are and talk to the Warlock Vanguard leader, Aquire, and she's going to then just send you right back up to then talk to Banshee 44, the gunsmith. He's going to give you the actual next section of this exotic quest. It's called Experience Breeds Excellence, and it has you get 100 Void ability kills. Or so I thought. I was actually playing a Titan, and I was not thrilled about this. I was thinking, wow, 100 kills with my silly little grenades, this is going to suck. So I simply loaded up everyone's favorite mission, the Dark Beyond on the moon, and sat through a cutscene and was prepared to farm some Thrall. The Dark Beyond is a fantastic mission if you ever need to farm pretty much anything that will let you get those kills off of minions of the darkness. However, I soon realized after throwing a few grenades that it was giving me much more points out of the 100 I needed then simply 1 per kill. I would get, 4 kills with a Void Grenade, and it would give me 20 points towards my completion. So I was able to complete the 100 points necessary extremely fast. So you may not even need to load up this specific mission. Just go into patrol mode, throw some grenades, use a super, whatever, and you're going to get this very fast. Once you do complete this step, you have to go back to Banshee 44, and he's going to give you the next step of this quest. And all it is to complete the Abomination Heist quest. You can select it directly. In fact, it tells you to select it directly right out of the mission map. You don't have to matchmake for it or anything like that in a Siva Strike playlist. Just make sure to turn up the difficulty on the normal strike of the Summoning Pits before you start it. And then you're simply going to complete this strike. You don't have to do anything special, and unlike the Year 3 Thorn quest where you actually have to open the chest at the end and so you require a skeleton key, this time you don't do that at all. You just beat the mission again. You don't have to do anything special. Once you do beat the mission, you're going to be sent back to the tower one last time. You're going to talk to Icebreaker, and she's going to outright give you the Nova Mortis. And there you have it. From start to finish, the complete guide for how to get the Void Thunderlord. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Now if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCactus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.